Jeff, we can talk a bit more about the Abaxx exchange that's going to get up and running in Singapore. Obviously, the LNG cargoes was an initial kind of focus. What other products could eventually be traded on that exchange, and is that being driven by, to what extent is that being driven by, again, the energy transition and the way in which the use of commodities is likely to shift over the next decade?
It has. I mean, we've seen the drive to new products in addition to LNG, but initially with LNG, but other products like carbon futures, and metals markets, agricultural. There are really a lot of markets that need better technology, better risk mitigation, better tools to manage that risk, and particularly in the physical markets. Again, we've seen in my years at the NYMEX back in the day, we listed a lot of products that were based on financially settled products and indices, and we see the need now as the markets have grown and new markets have grown to move into physically settled contracts that give traders the ability to hedge their risk directly with a product that is correlative to their cargoes, whether it's LNG or coal or really anything that they're trading. We see such a more of a global marketplace in these products. There is a need for better benchmarks, better risk mitigation. The beauty of launching a clearinghouse in addition to the exchange is it gives us the flexibility to launch products based on what customers are telling us. And that's really one of the most important parts of what we're doing, and we can bring technology that we're developing into the clearinghouse to make those markets more efficient.
And did you decide to locate that in Singapore simply because it was a kind of good regulatory choice, or are there fundamental market reasons about the flows of commodities which meant that Asia was a good destination?
Asia was a good destination. It was, as I mentioned earlier, LNG has mostly been destined for Asia. The regulators, as the Monetary Authority of Singapore and the MAS, we feel that they are on par with all the other global regulators. In fact, we actually, as a clearinghouse, will have more skin in the game, which people talked about a lot maybe years ago when there were defaults in marketplaces and futures marketplaces. But having more skin in the game as a clearinghouse, which we're required to under the MAS, does, I think, also appeal to a lot of the trading community.